Hey, it's me again. It's Casey from Rewire Realty. We are on week number 5 of my 10-week series of the home buying process. So we went through steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 the first 4 weeks. I'm going to recap those for you real quick, and then we're going to jump into step number 5, which is awesome because that means we're halfway there. So step number 1 was to meet with a realtor. And for those of you who don't know, I am a realtor and I can help you whether you are renting, buying, selling, or investing in residential or commercial real estate. And I'm also on a team, so I work all over the DFW Metroplex, not just in Hunt County where I'm located. So step number 2 was to establish a representation agreement with your realtor, which would be me if you're using me, or it would be someone else if you're using someone else. And step number 3 was to find your comfort zone and obtain a pre-approval. If you don't have a lender, I can get you in touch with one, so give me a call if you need one. And step number 4 was to start your home search. Step number 5 means when you looked at your homes that you actually finally found one. Whether you looked at 3 or 30 homes, you found the one that gave you the tinglies inside, so that's good. And you're ready to make an offer on it. And so at this point, I am going to do some research. I am going to pull some other homes in the area that have sold and compare them to be able to get you a fair price, or a price of my opinion of the value. So it's not an appraisal, it's just an estimate of comparing homes that are in the area that have sold or are on the market. So I'll give you that information, and then you can tell me what you would like to offer at that point. Because at the end of the day, this is your house, not mine, so you get to choose what you want to pay for it, right? So during the offer stage, I feel like you should know that there are some things that might happen, like the seller could send back a counter offer, like maybe you went under their asking price, and so they want to meet you somewhere in the middle, or maybe you ask them to repair something and they don't want to do it. They don't have the time or the energy or the resources to do it. So maybe they come back with that. You could also end up in a multi-offer situation, and so at that point, if you do, which is getting to be a little bit less common right now because we're shifting into a buyer's market, but just in case it does happen to you, I'll go ahead and explain that. So the multi-offer situation means that someone else has already put an offer in it, or 2 or 3 people could have. It just depends, if it's a good deal, it happens. So at that point, I suggest for you to put your best foot forward and just give it all you got. So if you're approved for, if the house is $200,000 and there's already an offer on it, nobody's going to tell us how much the other person offered, but if you're approved for that, go in at their asking price. Don't go in under, or go in a little bit over, or there's different ways to negotiate too. I always suggest writing a love letter to the seller to tell them why you love their home, and it just personalizes it. So that's one thing that I've done to help negotiate for my buyers. And another thing that I'll have to ask you about at this time is how much earnest money do you want to use? So with the earnest money, what that is it's like a deposit that you are going to put you're going to put down just in case you breach the contract. So the only way that you don't get that money back is if you breach the contract. Otherwise, it goes towards your down payment. So, it's normally 1% of that amount, and of the amount of the house of the sale. So if the asking price or the price of the home, however much you're putting down, sorry, just fumbled on my words, but it's 1%. So if the house is $150,000, generally you're going to do $1,500 of earnest money. So that is step number 5, and I will see you next week with step number 6. I hope y'all are having a great week. I hope y'all are having a great year and a great month. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.